So, hello everyone, my name is I'm a choreographer and also a dance educator, so I will be, I will lead the discussion today. And today we have a main topic is dance education in Baltic states, and also a collaboration between us. And I have three reasons why we, my organization and me, we decided about this discussion. The first one, and the organization is Latvian Dance Information Center. And as we are organizing Baltic Dance Platform in a few months in February, we decided to start like warming up a little bit between Baltic states and decided about this topic, dance education here. And we are specifying this evening on contemporary dance and on bachelor level of education. Then another personal thing why I wanted this discussion is because I'm working in Riga Ballet School, and last year two of our students, when they finished the school, they entered in Vilnius in Music and Theatre Academy for their studies. So it is also our first experience when we have this ballet school dancers who went to abroad, like in Baltic states. And also I have heard that there are some changes in all countries, in all schools, universities. We are talking today about in dance departments, like some kind of changes have been done several years ago or now. And also I would like to ask all of you how these changes went. So, welcome our guests, thank you. First, Kai Valtna, hello, from Tartu University Vīlandes Culture Academy Performing Arts. Curriculum, dance, specialty manager, you are, right?
Right.
Yes, sorry, actually. Then Andrius Katinas, head of dance department in Lithuanian Academy of Music and Theatre.
Right.
Yes. And Olga Žitluhina, head of dance department in Latvian Academy of Culture.
Dance program.
Sorry?
Dance program.
Dance program, head of dance program. And Ramona Galkin, also from Latvian Academy of Culture, lecturer in dance program.
I'm not lecturer, but in the theatre program.
And the theatre program, yes. So welcome. Yes.
Thank you for inviting us.
So the first topic is about places you're working. You could tell about the dance education structure in your country, quite short way. And what is similar to other Baltic countries? Do you know what is similar? So maybe we can start with Latvian. No?
Latvian.
Let's start with
Latvian.
Really?
No.
Let's start with Latvian Academy of Culture, about the structure, what we have.
Like in BA?
Yes, like in BA. We have
In dance or
in dance, in contemporary dance. So first of all, we have this one place where you can get education, right?
Okay. The program existing already since 1999, but before program was like for 4 years BA, and then we changed program for 3 years in 2015. We decided to go to Valonian system 3 and 2 years, 3 BA and 2 MA, and we changed it. It actually was, I think, biggest change for these years in the program.
Yes, and we became independent program.
Yeah.
And
Then
Independent program
before we were on the sub-program of
Sub-program.
arts.
in the theatre department. Now we are independent separated program. Since 2003 we have 100 educated students already. Graduated students, 100. From them, 18 is abroad, starting from Hong Kong and ending in Argentina. 90% of the graduated students in profession still, I would like to say, yeah. And let's say 5% went to the more like to physiology, to dance, dance medicine, yeah. But mostly people work in the choreography and the dance. As a choreographers, in Latvia, more visible, it's around 25 people who are more visible in the dance field in Latvia. For all these years, we were trying to collaborate in the academy between departments, collaborating with theater department, with film department, with the theoretician department, with academic departments, and I think it's just maybe now it's really became more actual for all of the rest departments. Like we start to work closer with all departments in academy. Yeah, I think it's.
Why you decided about 3 years instead of 4 years?
We studied in 2015 because it was a let's say invitation from the director. Like maybe we can start to transform whole programs in academy to 3 and 2, and we were first ones. Then film department they followed us. They have like 3 and 2. And then I think it's industries, creative industries as well. Yeah.
And there was another reason because
the
reason why, because the students entering the academy, they were more prepared. They were like higher level than the first years when we started. It's because of the cultural college, and it's because of like studios
already graduated students that work in
schools that they are technically better prepared than we were when we entered.
We thought like we don't need to spend so much time.
And from the very beginning, like starting like techniques and all that.
Now, like we again, like some head of departments start kind of, it's not push, lovely push. Maybe we can go back to 4 years. Especially we start to more close collaborate with the Vilnius Academy and Italian Academy, where they have 4 years. But things now, I don't think we need it. Yeah. Especially like we have the program in the ballet school. Yeah, ballet school. And yeah.
Okay. Okay. Andrius, so the question for you for Lithuanian is academy structure and also about these 4 years, because I know you have these 4 years as Olga mentioned.
Big question. I think about, I will start from the simple one about the 4 years. In all BA programs in art schools and other universities is dominating 4 years BA studies. And I think it's very much related with finances, and it's very much related with the interest of universities to have 4-year programs, because that means we're getting more monies from the students, from the state. If we shorten it to 3 years, it means we're getting finances just for 3 years. So I think universities are very much have their own interest to remain this 3-year program. 4-year program. There was a discussion also in our school, maybe somebody can shorten to 3 years, but then practically it means not 3 years but 3.5, which actually doesn't make much sense for the students. I mean, like, will I graduate in the winter or in the spring? It's kind of doesn't make big changes for later on if I want to go to the masters or something else. Anyway, I need to reserve that last fourth year for the studies. And also maybe looking at the context of the students who are applying, which is very diverse. There is students with education from the Vilnius Ballet School, from the private dance schools, which are having quite a good education, and some students which comes from just some studios, and some of them maybe never danced so much or kind of learning themselves nowadays. So I think our interest is to take the diverse students so that the dialogues would be very different, and the discourses around dance would be different. It wouldn't be kind of very similar-minded people coming in. So we thought that 3 years is too short also. And then because now there is more and more discussions that the studies in art university from the BA needs to lead to MA, which is focusing more on the artistic research, which leads to PhD, which is absolutely about artistic research. So then it means that even in BA studies we need to address a bit of artistic research things. And that takes time to wander around, to ponder around, to not only do the dance techniques, but also kind of some investigations and explorations. That takes time. So we felt we need these years, and if the fourth year is more free, it kind of facilitate with performances, with the tourings, with something, with artistic practice or performing practice or professional practice. So it's possible to use and to feel the content that the students would be really ready for the MA, and they would know what is the artistic research, and so they could also, they would know what is artistic research, but at the same time they would develop the also technical skills, creative skills, and also this kind of open-mindedness into the research. Mm-hmm. So I think the 4 years is very good. And also argument when I watch the programs in Nordic countries, which most of them are 3 years, I also noticing that it's missing. Like 1 semester is missing for the kind of really full package studies that the students really would get, and not kind of get the knowledge, but could have opportunity to dive deeper into the knowledge, not to kind of run on the surface. So I think it's a good decision to stay with the 4 years.
Mm-hmm. And about the structure of your academy?
Oh yeah, the structure.
Departments like.
Yeah, I can't say so nicely as Olga with all the percentages and the students, but the first program for dancers actors we had in 1998. In 2003 there was established Dance and Movement Department, and I think somewhere in 2015 the program of dance again went away from being under the theater direction, because there is a taxonomy, there is theater art studies, film art studies, so from 2015 it became independent dance field studies. So, and we did all these descriptions on the state level, like what BA and MA different dance studies needs to involve. So, and since 1998 until 2015 there was different programs. Some of the programs were more kind of actors, dancers. Some of the program was more contemporary dance. Some of the program was more focusing on the classical dance choreography. Some of them was the classical dance teachers. But then there was kind of very, very diverse and different kind of programs and the courses. I don't remember how many students graduated, but a lot, because they were collecting every second year, every fourth year, very different rhythms. But since 2015 we started to have admissions every second year. And we have a program which consists from 2 specializations, contemporary dance and classical dance. The classical dance usually is the dancers with the classical dance education from the ballet school. Most of them are already working in the ballet, national ballet company. And that program, that specialization focuses more on the classical dance education. So future ballet teachers. And contemporary dance specialization focusing on the contemporary dance as a performance and the choreography. So in that program we're putting more, kind of 40% of the subjects are towards the choreography making, and 60% is around the dancer skills, performer skills. So kind of, and like that we're now going since 2015, like every second year. Contemporary dancers, classical dancers, 2 specializations. They have just a theory lectures which are for them together, and then they studying very separately all the specialization subjects. So kind of such a structure. And just to mention this collaboration, of course, because it's a huge university, there is music, there is theater, there is film, everything is close. And we try to do the collaborations because, again, the historical reasons, or that not maybe Lithuanian and theater will not see the record, but we try to build the walls from the theater away, because usually it's very much influenced, and trying to collaborate more with music and film and less with theater, just to kind of get away from this big brother theater, which looking into the small sister dance. So kind of yeah, and it's a conscious decision. So let's get away from it. Let's ignore it. And that's also kind of, we made decisions that no theater theories, no theater theoreticians will teach in our program. It's for the dancers, and for the dancers will teach dance theory, dancers will teach everything else. We need to claim our voice. Such a thing.
The same Soviet heritage, the theater is big and powerful, and you must manage with it.
Yes.
And the same, I think. Sorry.
So it's your turn to tell us about the Viljandi, and I understand that the program is slightly different. It's not
Yes,
like dancers. It's more about.
We put all together. I think 4 or 5 years ago, because, and that's why we have no graduators. So this is a kind of new stuff for us. So what we put together, now we have performing arts program. The Viljandi Culture Academy, there are no departments anymore. So, but we have programs. And performing arts program means that it's not very beautiful names, but like work names. On stage, 1 year is we taking the on stage people, and 1 year we taking over here the behind the stage persons. And the on-stage person, they are actor, dance teacher, and director, meanwhile choreographer. And now we have first year students this on the stage, 26 of them to one program. And behind the stage there are, I think this is I think this is quite unique that we have this technical, theater technical stuff. And the behind the stage there are technical producer and visual artist who is light designer, video designer, and this props and stage designer. So we take it over here. But it doesn't mean that that we are now some kind of educating some universal performing artist. It doesn't mean so. because we thought about it, but we can't do this because nobody knows what it is or how to educate some kind of person. So we have specialities there: actors, dance teachers, choreographers, directors, and so on. And we trying to make. Maybe we hoped that they can really this interaction in the ordinary lessons, but it doesn't. I think that our hopes were more some kind of pink than the reality is not so beautiful, because they must maintain their speciality, and that's mean that there must be some the most of the time of this 4 years separately, and there is very kind of for example, who wins most, I think choreographer, because choreographer now is together with the director making their individual projects or something.
Theatre directors.
Yes, and half of the time she or he is together with the dance teacher. I think the choreographers, this is insane for them, because this is not normal. It's too much points. But I think the dance teacher, what we didn't see before, that who is then the dance teacher? Because before that we were separate, when we have some separated dance program, the dance teacher was, we think about like dance creator. We have the composition, improvisation, and all these kind of lessons. But if the choreographer, and the same with the dance teacher, and doing more with the theatre directors, then who is the dance teacher? And I think this was the more painful shot to our leg. Who is now the dance teacher? Because if it was separately dance art program, she was the creator, she was freelancer, but now who is she? But I think that the dance program win with this putting all together, because I didn't even imagine how low is the renommee of the dance, some kind of profession of dance teacher. Because for my opinion, everybody dance in Estonia. There are so much this hobby dance and studios and schools, but 20 people of the whole Estonia even think to be the dance teacher, to choose the profession. But I don't know, I think this is I think I saw the gap between our university education and the field of some hobby dance, because this is very oriented toward the competitions, and this is very high technical level in Estonia, this hobby dance. But we don't want it, this competition atmosphere around the dance. I think there is a little bit gap between this, and now I think that the dance teacher is the challenge for us, because we need to update the identity of dance teacher beside the choreographer. own director. We have 4 years study, and I think this putting together is because it's also to encourage them to choose the freelancer's life. Because I think historically, but this 19th, the last century, 90s, the contemporary performing arts, that means the contemporary theater and dance, born outside the institutional theaters. And I think our ambition is there, outside of the institutional theaters. And as we have no dance companies except 5-5, then
Zuga?
Yes, sorry, of course, Zuga, of course. But other, yes, yeah, they are working. Yeah, thank you. And it's 10 years or 15 years ago we are talking about the dancer, education of dancers, but now it's I think there is a theater maker or something. It's interdisciplinary, but it doesn't mean that we have no specialities. We have these specialities. So this is a big change for us.
Yeah, and what are the relationships between you and the Tallinn University? There is also dance department where you are also, I think, our academy also is connected, right? In Tallinn.
Yeah.
Yes. What are you
this
like?
is
I think there is this Viljandi and there is this Tallinn, and how you are like in the field.
In the field, we are. I think on Friday some new document to the Estonia, the dance educational program for the 2000 and in their document the first time they were in black and white that the two schools in Estonia don't duplicate each other. Since this time it's always the question about for Estonia is necessary 2 schools, and you all know that from the inside it's very different from everybody's school is very different about the other schools, but unfortunately from the outside it didn't looks like. But I think now for the direction for the performing arts and the direction to the choreography, I think this makes things more clearer. Yes, and it makes things to them who want to the new students to choose the school.
Nothing, because according to this, the Tallinn University, Vīlandes University, same like in Lithuania, you have Klaipėda University, they have dance program there as well.
Actually, it's now like, our
now it's yours,
so it's kind of department there which
filial or something, like part of the
faculty. It's Klaipėda faculty, they have dance program, and we also have the same discussion how it can be even the same school, because we just adopted other university. So their goal is to focus more on education, and actually they're changing the name Dance and Education, and we're remaining with kind of dance as dance art.
Because like in Latvia, it was always like 3 universities having like dance program, like pedagogical before, music academy and Latvian Academy of Culture. Then the pedagogical is quit it. They close it. The university is university now because like 2 different ministries. One is supported by Ministry of Culture, like ballet choreography program, and the pedagogical program. Yeah, where is mostly traditional dance students. It's supported by Ministry of Education, because this program came from this pedagogical university.
Yeah.
There was like and and of course this program was supported by Educational Ministry. They have more budget places, like they have more money. I mean, now we have like 3 dance programs in Latvia.
Very interesting.
Oh, very interesting.
And very interesting how Ministry of Culture can support education.
Very, and then like especially if like I think in a couple of years we'll have like whole accreditation of whole universities, and then because always they wanted to make kind of national comparing with the program, as you know, like which is a better. But anyway, from inside it's different. But still like what was the next? It's not so easy. It's not so easy.
But I think interesting things about doctoral studies, where I'm now also participating, because then you are every one of you are together, music academy, right? And I wanted to also ask your like experience opinion about this. It's not bachelor thing, but I think it's related.
But this is the second program already, sorry. Already with collaboration with all academies.
But could you?
But because it's all supported from the one ministry.
Can you repeat this question about the Ramona?
In doctoral program, we are all 3 universities together. Art universities, like music, arts, and culture academy. So we are in one program. We are a mixed group. So, but here we don't have the pedagogical aspect, which comes from the Ministry of Education. So we are all supported from one ministry. But I think that budget, anyway, we are separated it's just, we are just having lectures together and seminars and everything, but actually the administration comes like in each university different.
And amount of budget places is different as well.
Yeah.
But this is for the PhD program, but the same we have like a pedagogical program. Yeah, you told it. BA pedagogical program between 3 universities.
Yeah, but I think now it's
like it was a good idea, but didn't work.
Yeah, didn't work. Like in theater, actually, it didn't work.
Is it true that in every university we maintain the pedagogical direction, because it's actually a real work for dance artists? No?
Can you?
When we started the program, I don't know, 20 years ago, the idea was to have like 3 in 1: dance artist, pedagogue, and a choreographer. Like at least to give possibility to try everything, because you cannot be teacher without ability to choreograph or dance. And like actually it's 3 in 1. Of course, one is maybe more good, more better, but anyway, it's 3 in 1. I still don't understand how you can be just dance teacher and get the education as a dance teacher.
Understand how, but this was our mistake. We didn't
understand what.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to have ability to choreograph at least, especially for the studios now.
So but now we are on the question, when you change something in your programs, or when you are thinking about the future, are you looking out in other Baltic states, what they are doing? How is working this school? What can I take from it? Do you have this experience, like when you make some decisions in your programs, when you are leaders?
Yeah, we are looking to all directions, like this doing, and to the Baltics and we as well in our school, and me to the Nordic countries and Benelux countries, because that is something what inspires us, how the curriculum is articulated there. But of course, like now there is conversation about education. I understand, of course, we also maybe have very different legislative system on the state level. Because when we talk about dance education programs, it also goes to other study fields. It goes to social sciences, not art education. So this kind of dance teachers, it's something like optional, something a bit like extra credits. Maybe you can have a license as you can be a teacher, but maybe you won't be able to teach everywhere because it's not enough credits what you're getting through the art education, even though it's focusing on the pedagogy. But as a study field, dance education, then you go to absolutely different field of studies, which is social sciences, and then there is other universities who has accreditation to do social science studies. So of course there can be very different things in different countries from where the resources and finances come. But if to come back to your question about looking to where to look, so of course first you're looking to what is the context of the students, from where they come, and to whom you're making them, or to whom you're preparing them. Where do they go, or what is the needs, what is the context, and then also what is the context around us in the region and in the broader, like in the Europe. That is the program has some kind of dialogue with other European programs? Is it kind of adequate? Can our students graduating from the BA apply to the MA in Amsterdam or in Oslo? That it would be nice to prepare that the students from our BA could go somewhere wherever they want. So then you're looking what BA needs to have in our, that the students would be, let's say, compatible with other schools and be able to apply. So therefore it's very important to look around, but of course maybe there is also differences in the schools. Like we are not so much, like in our program we are not focusing on nothing in the folk dance or traditional dance. It's something it's not in our interest, and it's maybe for the Klaipėda faculty, but even there that field is slowly minimizing, because there is less and less young people coming from the schools with their interest in the folk dance. More and more young people in the schools dancing hip-hop, urban dances, other dances, so that segment is also kind of minimizing, and I believe it with the years it will be extremely much less. So I don't know about the folk festivals. What is the future in 20 years?
We are still folk.
So I mean, my colleagues maybe will be critical about it. There is still plenty great ensembles who are doing that, but when I see the admissions in other faculty, it's really less. So yeah, it's kind of at the same time it's important to see, and then maybe the other discussion what also can happen, that as a region we are quite small. 1 million with a bit in Estonia, 2 million in Latvia, less than 3 million in Lithuania.
2 million.
What? No, more or less. Let's So I mean, it's also kind of possible that we can look at the market. Let's say market. Together, like to whom we're preparing, we can also look at different profiles. Okay, Vilnius can have a profile to this, or Riga can maybe more focus on such a kind of dancers or performers, and talent to others, or Viljandi. But then also we need to kind of open up through the courses, common courses, or to introduce for these people like what is this future job opportunities that they can mingle around. We don't need maybe to stuck into our own country. But and anyway, it's a big discussion.
But it started? It's the big
we're talking with Olga regularly and Oksana for a couple of years. We are talking about.
Izana sometimes is there because about their.
Yeah, but anyway, it's if to look to the profiles of BA, it's bigger talk. I believe there is plenty of also very different interests and interests what everyone needs to secure, but it's possible to look at the region from the kind of bigger perspective.
Mm-hmm. But we found some common things what we would like and how we like to do. But there was another problem like this admission. This is a different years.
Yeah.
But now.
Yeah.
Now this year, you have master, Tallinn have masters, and we have masters.
Yeah. So,
suddenly.
yes, our conversation with Olga and Oksana was that maybe we could have some joint courses for the planning MA programs. So kind of bringing students together for longer periods and regularly to bring them together, so there would be this kind of connection, interaction on the, let's say, grassroots level from the students and in the studies. And as Olga said, we had this problem that our Tallinn and Vilnius has 4-year program, Riga has 3-year program, so kind of a bit like mismatching in the timeline.
Then you take like every second year, Tallinn have every second, we have like every third year.
Yeah, so and kind of, there is these things, but I think anyway from somewhere we need to start, so I think it's
But we started already in BIP and last February. It's February.
Yeah, so I mean, I think it's a great thing. The first thing, it's great that we started to communicate.
Yes.
We started to have like regular meetings with Oksana and Olga, Zoom, just to talk how we are, what we're planning. So it's already a good thing. Then maybe from that things happening. We had maybe Erasmus. We had Erasmus BIP.
2 already we had it. And Latvians had like 2 BIPs.
Yes, kind of 2 of them, and maybe it will go to more, let's say, what is this fancy schmancy word, sustainable working, and more sustainable, more regular working together and having these meeting points, because I think just through that this collaboration in the professional field can start when the students know each other, when they find each other, work together, share together for a longer period, then maybe something starts, we want to work. So it's not only that the producers or programmers gives a program, come here to residency, and it's a bit like always, but applied from the up to down. It's also important how to make from down to up these initiatives, but for that you need to space to meet and to be together and do together things.
Yeah. And after this Tallinn, like after 10 days in Tallinn, they're already, let's say, they start to make friends.
Yes, they start to make friends, and I think if to have more kind of studies, as we thought, and as we thought, if everything is fine and this master ideas what we have works out, and the students can meet 3 times for 2 weeks, so in general 6 weeks together. In 2 years, it's already quite. And it's
possible.
It's possible. It's quite a long time junk to do something for the future.
And it's possible to even to not doing like collaborative program officially. They can use just BIP.
Yeah.
And this,
And what about the taking of students from abroad to your academy? I know, of course, about Vilnius because we now have this experience this semester when from Riga Ballet School two students enter to your school. I know about Academy of Culture. In my generation, there was from Norway and from Russia, like not Erasmus program students, but like real students. What about Viljandi? Do you have this opportunity to? Can I go and study there or
through Erasmus?
No, not through Erasmus. Like enter like from other Baltic states, like from Lithuania or from
Yes,
Latvia.
we have been from Finland. The students, but not. I don't remember. Our students they're through Erasmus now.
Yeah.
But yes, it's possible, of course. But Viljandi has this connection through the networks. We are the members of the Norteas, and is building bridges. One from Switzerland. I think mostly the Nordic countries. We have the interest. Also, the students' interest how to choose the Erasmus school is to Nordic countries. I don't know. This Marko was first to the Lithuania, and I don't know why this is. But when you ask about the collaboration with the Tallinn University, this maybe we have now last few years have some kind of looking ourselves in the mirror, not just making the connections. That if you're asking with some collaboration project or program, that's no. We have to, I think, we have started many times, and our idea is that should it be more with how should students from Tallinn or Viljandi go to the lessons or workshops to Tallinn and Viljandi with the less bureaucracy in it. That, but we don't know yet that it's Erasmus or the week in Tallinn University. It needs so much planning or so much. No, I want to go in spring or April, but should it be possible that the students look at the schedule to the Tallinn University? Oh, I want to go to the ballet on Friday. I don't know.
I just want to come back to this international question of the programs, what you gave. That yes, there is always students as Erasmus exchange coming to the programs, but this year, the first time we got during the admissions, we had the students from Latvia, from Poland, from Ukraine and Russia. There was more kind of interest from the further countries like Hong Kong and Germany, but it was a bit like confusement with the admission office, like how we should do, should they come or should we do online? And I said like no any online admissions. So it's a bit kind of bit like tricky happened, but also what it means for us that our program needs to happen in English. And everything, all the practical, all the theoretical lectures are in English. And it's also kind of big decisions, though we kind of felt a push from the above, from the schools leaders that do it, but it also for us resources. Do all teachers can have the lectures in English, especially the theory, and the younger generation teachers, yes, they could. Older generations, they kind of partially can. So it's also when you take the students from abroad, you need to secure the quality that we can give and the English language lectures are like really good English language lectures or in English language. So, and then there is also kind of decisions, later on if we decided, okay, it works and we can do it. So then we're doing with every admission that we're opening and let's say marketing the program, that it's possible to apply from whatever countries you are, the admissions are then, and the program will be in English for you.
For you or for whole group?
For whole group.
This is like, because we have this question as well, we're going through accreditation, but then we start to think maybe it's possible to have all practical subject in English, but theoretical subject in Latvian, because this is a kind of discrimination for the local artists.
We can't get education in our own language.
Yes, this is good. This is a good point because
That
it
has
also
two parallels. This
is good point, and I think there is plenty of discussion about it in other schools. Because again, as you said, in your native language to have a theory, and then there is ending work, written ending work. And if ending works, written parts are not carried out in the own language in BA, in MA also maybe it's becoming more international. You're writing more kind of scientific and research things in English. In PhD again in English. So actually then your own language from the science disappearing because nobody is using. You're doing everything in English. So it's good point.
And this is a culture.
Yeah, but then this is also question. When we were thinking, okay, if we do the theory lectures for Lithuanians in Lithuania, for all the foreigners in English. Yes, it's possible, but maybe not all. Maybe it's because anyway it needs to be dialogue, as no.
Yeah, of course,
like why 4 people there in other rooms sitting and studying dance, dance history alone, and then with other teacher, the big group discussing everything Lithuanian. So you need to kind of look, but I think at least in our school there is possible that there is like studies goes Lithuanian English. So as you said, maybe all the practical we can have in English, and the theory we can have this kind of partially English, partially Lithuanian, or kind of split, or do separate, but there is kind of joint lecture seminars where there is discussions, so everybody can discuss, and of course then ending work to have that you can choose or writing in Lithuanian or writing in English, which way you want, and have supervisors for the both languages. But yeah, there is something to consider, but anyway, would mean that English language is becoming dominating language anyway in the program.
But this is a problem in one way, because it's a culture system. Yeah, like
the Academy of Culture, and we are somehow making our culture, and if we don't talk our language,
and use our language.
use our language, then we somehow...
Yes, this is the price you pay for internalization.
Globalization.
But why you wanted the students from abroad? Like, what was that? Because I had this feeling that your audition was really open, like to all world. But what was there? This like changes from local to it's money? No.
Also,
it's not. Because
course,
or maybe it's like
of course there is a. I mean, we have fixed. There is fixed amount of the study places what we can have from the Ministry of Education if we're getting for the program. But I always felt through the Erasmus students that students from different countries, they just bring something more into the discourse. It's if it's just Lithuanians, it feels like it's a bubble. It's a bubble which students coming from. Anyway, Lithuania is not big, so some of them comes from the ballet school, group of people. Other goes from the Vilnius very good private school, Low Air. And this is already 2 schools provide maybe 80% of the students with a similar background. It's becoming too homogenic, too similar, too kind of...
This is identity. Lithuanian identity.
Yes, but identity is a thing which changes, and identity is always exposed to the changes and influences. So yes, of course, like our identity and culture and the language develop through the interaction with other languages. Otherwise, we would still speak in very, very different languages and different things we would do. So I felt like it's important, and for Lithuanians and for others, just like to bit like broaden up, because it gives bit different discourses, different perspectives, different even people who are coming from, like now we have students from other countries, they study differently, they even self-organize themselves differently.
They think differently.
Of course, but this kind of self-organization is very different. So it's kind of, I think it's just enriching. So I think we should go there.
In every culture there is a little bit different idea about what is dance and how it's surviving in the whole picture of the culture. But I don't know, when we... I didn't ask actually, but maybe I should. What the students really looking is the universal culture of contemporary dance, or the Lithuanian dance culture. Maybe I should ask on them. I don't know, because I think when the students come to the Viljandi, it's I think that it's more about the Estonian idea about contemporary dance and not the universal contemporary dance. It's more about how Estonians, how the historical situation till 90s or the 20s or this. I think the history is the same, because we have this this gap, the modern dance, when we this is the same for all of us. But I think this is more the specific idea about dance, about Lithuania situation, or not just universal.
Yeah.
Sorry, I think in our case we are going towards this universal thing. And kind of, even if I look into the curriculum and the techniques, the improvisation, the teachers what we're inviting, whom we're inviting, it's also about kind of bringing this, let's say, European dance closer and introducing the students. And of course it can be criticized that we are forgetting this Lithuanian identity of contemporary dance or modern dance. But at the same time, I do believe that while we have teachers who are coming from maybe that generation who were feeling that gap, as you said, there is also this historical, so kind of it's inevitably there. But I think we don't do anything consciously just to preserve this Lithuanian context. Lithuanian context or Lithuanian historical thing of what is Lithuanian, contemporary dance.
I don't think that we do this consciously, but I think we unconsciously maybe. This is a situation of Estonian contemporary dance. Yes, this is open to the world, I hope so, as Lithuanian contemporary dance. But I think there are differences how we think about contemporary dance and what is the education of contemporary dance. And this is some kind of cultural...
Yes, but at the same time, conscious, not conscious, unconscious, I also see that if in our program more and more teachers are the young dance artists who graduated from Parts, Kodarts, Artes, Helsinki, Stockholm, they start to dominate. So then, we kind of go into, let's say, this like that language or that paradigms of education, that paradigms of dance, which comes from, let's say, this Benelux countries mostly. That where is a kind of center. So it's also who is teaching, who is dominating in the teachers.
They are, as you said to me, like they are Lithuanians who graduated from Parts, Lithuanians who This is what they have. Yeah.
I can relate with this topic because last Baltic Dance Platform took place in Tallinn. I wasn't participating. I was just observing everything, and I really saw the differences between Estonians, Lithuanians and Latvians. Of course, we all know dance techniques like similar ways, but something in these in art, actually, in this aesthetics, I felt that this Estonians were more like about directing, conceptualizing, thinking, doing like this thing, like stereotypically. Then the Lithuanians were, I really felt that they are from Parts, from Kodarts, that they are coming from these schools in their way of thinking. And with Latvians, it's maybe not okay if I say something about us, but I felt that a lot of solos, a lot of intimacy, a lot of these things. I don't know if you can relate in this studying thing also about this.
I think it's some kind of synopsis what we have of our dance. You want it or not, it's in our beings. So, and whatever techniques, it's another scientists found out that we can't think in the same way if our language is different, because when we develop our speaking and language skills, and for instance some mathematician finds a different solution of the same problem because he's French and he's Latvian or Lithuanian or Estonian. So this is interesting, but there is another thing which is very uninteresting. Why our bosses are asking us to look for international students, because the birth rate of it's going down in these years. Less and less young people can become, because they are just getting less and less with each year.
Yeah.
And it's how do you call it? A gap in demographic. And that's why you will get less people to enter. So you have to look up. Maybe you can get somebody from abroad. So, but that was said to us like this.
It can be, of course, the demographical problems are present. But I do agree, of course, through the language, we perceive the world through the language, we understand the world through the language. But at the same time, I found it quite fascinating to also be open and to be diverse and invite people to teach, invite people to study from different cultures, and kind of make it mingle, because it's also something what activates interaction, what activates also network, what activates human relationship, which is opens with more of our borders. So I think it's important. I do understand, I do agree that there is something you're sacrificing a bit, of maybe some particularity of that region, of that way of thinking. Yeah, there can be that, it's becoming, okay, this is kind of second-hand parts or second-hand, other school with the ideas echoing and...
But we had that second-hand knowledge. Actually, we didn't invent contemporary dance. Yeah, we all get it from somewhere. And it also in this term of second-hand knowledge, it's also positive aspects. Positive.
Which
it's
can
not
be
bad. Yeah, but it went through us.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have to sum up. My last question was, are we stronger together? Can we still be unique in our own way? But I think we discussed it already.
Came to your question.
So then maybe just to sum up everything, you could tell personally, what is contemporary dance for you? I know this is
oh my God,
question.
no!
I know. I will start.
What is dance?
But it's actually also but I think it's a question what we should ask us again and again and again. What's dance is today for me? I think it's important to always come back to this question. And just really short.
Really short.
For example,
I have an idea. No, not what is dance, but my program manager tells me that go and say that we are missing one student festival, because if you go to the Lithuanian school taking ballet class is ballet class. Of course, you are excellent teachers, but if they saw each other's works, maybe it's somehow helping how the others are thinking about that, what they are doing. As you talking about this Baltic bubble.
Yes, the Baltic dance platform.
Yes.
As
you said that Estonians, Lithuanians are a little bit different. But I think this is very important, how the students, how the young people thought about dance, how they think about dance, how they work, how they create the choreographers, how they create the performances.
That would be fantastic to have some one week when the Baltic schools meets and there is just a student works.
But if we can do, if it we are already how many years in the Share Festival, actually
Many
was
years.
established. Share was established in the China, and then like you went out, and we was went out from this union China. But this Share Festival exists already many years.
I think
Maybe
Yeah.
some
In
5,
many
6
years. Share, where is that?
Visegrad
I mean, those
countries.
whole it was Baltic. Yeah, there was like.
No, it started with, with Central Europe and Visegrad. So Czechia, Slovakia.
Center in Eastern Europe. They call it
Yeah,
16
Center
countries.
and Eastern.
Center and Eastern post countries. Yeah, they study. But it exists, and you have been
Yeah, we
and this is like really really they can bring
It's
10
not
students.
but
a lot of students can
Yeah,
travel.
and then it just
That's
some
the
couple
yeah,
of days.
but it's a couple of days, and we had every second year the festival of the students organizing.
The local.
No, we were also inviting. I think your students was there, and I think Viljandi. But then again, it's a financial struggle because it was supported by Ministry of
Yes.
or at council, and then somebody needs to apply, somebody is organized, and there is lack of human resources who would do that, and etc. etc. So then it kind of died away.
But we've been already, I think we've been in
We were already with like
Well, we
that
did,
video
I mean,
a long
several
time
times,
ago.
yeah, but it was
Long,
like
long
in the
time
beginning,
ago.
not in your time.
Yeah,
before.
because
Yeah,
then it
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of then it was too hard, and then we stopped doing it.
Yeah.
And with the share is fantastic, but it's just no, it's far, and it's like
It's far.
like
Expensive.
and expensive to travel, and especially to this kind of like cities like Bratislava from this part.
Or like Skopje.
Or like Skopje, the flights are more expensive than to London. So it's also kind of, if we would manage to have in our region to have it, so the travels are not so expensive. It's like a couple of euros rather than 200 euros per person.
But
So-
we started already.
So yeah,
It's coming.
Good ideas there is.
No, because it's the biggest question was, I think, already many years. Yeah, we are close, we are neighbors, but we are mostly collaborating with West, not like with our neighbors.
Yeah.
That's the thing, because or different interests, or just it's too close, like not interesting to travel to Lithuania because anyway I can get, I don't know, maybe this.
It's very interesting to travel
You know,
to Latvia and to Estonia.
But what we actually did, the Tallinn, I was quite, in the beginning, was quite skeptic, like 10 days, 45 students together make production. So it went very well.
But anyway, it's a course about the
It's a
festival,
course.
student festival. I think it's
Festivals,
a useful, and we should come back to this idea
Yes.
and look how not to do all the Baltic dance platform, but also students.
Yeah.
They would have the possibility to share their
We
works,
can beep, we can do it.
And to see each other.
to see each other. But coming to your question
Yes,
about contemporary dance.
You were so nice going away from my question. Are you ready to answer, or I should start
What is
first?
contemporary dance?
I just had this question in Helsinki when the Department of Dance were celebrating 40 years anniversary. And there was also the same question, what is contemporary dance? Or they were
But I
talking
mean
about,
for you, not
But for
what
me,
it is, but
I don't know,
personally,
for
what
me.
it is for you.
For me it's a dance which communicates with the present time.
Okay. He's ready.
Me?
Everyone.
So I like 2 weeks ago I answered you this question. Actually, even a lot of things has changed since then. Anyway, it's like even if I don't want to be in contemporary dance, I'm perceiving the world like through contemporary dance. I don't know, way of thinking, of being, of sensing. That is still, and like that Hannah Haugen,
Anna Katrina?
Anna-
Or like, no, Liv.
Liv,
Liv.
wonderful artist, dancer from Norway, and actually she presented. She's a wonderful dancer,
More, yes, amazing.
and she presented. Actually, it was a concert. She was singing. And then we met somewhere in the hotel, and she and then she thanks for that our 45 plus performance, and she said it's so good that people after 45 are seen dancing. I said I was not dancing so much. She said everything is dance.
Mm.
Yeah, and I agree, because you live through that.
Yeah.
You can't see. I see composition, I see whatever, even if I don't realize it. Thank you.
For me, as I started, like, I don't know how many, it doesn't matter, it was a life. Yeah, this is a dance life of dance, and then I went away because somehow, like, let's say 15 years, it was kind of a position like it's a work, and this is a life. Now I'm back, because for me it's life, way of living, way of receiving world, way of changing world, to help world to be a little bit better, because I still can move, and I would like to move. It's not easy. It's sweaty. It hurts sometimes, but this makes me happy.
Okay, thank you. Kai?
A few years ago, there was in one this kooli dance competition, this hobby dance, big competition, was a slogan, and dance is bigger than life. And we discussed with students how can something, there is not possible that something is bigger than life. It's criminal, I think, to thought that something is bigger than life. And I think contemporary dance is the less egoistic and the more humanistic way to thought about the human body, the world, their art, their other people, or the situation where we live. There is nothing bigger than life, and dance is not bigger than life.